had technical problems, hence why we're so late. Awkward. Got to be all by myself. Or I've got to talk about myself.
I know, right? It's like a skit.
Like Rebecca Elliott's really hit. We teased you. We surprised you. Welcome, Rebecca Elliott, to my kitchen, mate.
Thank you.
It's good to be here. It's good to see you.
You're going to find it very difficult to not look at yourself.
No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at myself. I'm going to look at me, looking at you, looking at me. That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. So, and look, we can see ourselves in my cooker too, in my shiny, clean cooker. Clean that. Beautiful. Was Darren.
So, just to explain to people, we are in a bubble, aren't we?
Me and you, mate, in a cuddle bubble.
Because I'm now, proudly single mum, so I am allowed to be in a big fat bubble with you, which means that we can get as physically close as we want to.
Oh, exciting times!
Apart from the restrictions that obviously I put in place a few months ago, after the incident.
It's only a weekend.
We won't talk about it.
Yeah, only on weekends.
Yeah.
Now, it's exciting to see you here because we've not been here for 2 months, at least 2 months.
Like you're interviewing me.
Am I? It's exciting to be here. I mean, I've not been here because I've been busy.
Have you?
It's not funny why I've been busy, but I have been really busy.
You have.
It's been tricky times.
What's happened?
Well, not much. I've got all my notes over on the table. That's awkward. My notes.
Tell them the story.
I'll tell you the story. So what happened? For those of you who don't know, my son had an accident on the 11th of July, and he nearly died. He was in a coma, if you will, fighting for his life in Addenbrooke's with all the amazing NHS. And that's kind of the story. He is now, thankfully, very much with us. And I'm so grateful for him and the NHS and everything.
Don't Laugh Butters were really lovely about it as well.
Can I just say that Don't Laugh Butters were awesome. And everybody, in fact, in Bury St Edmunds, the whole of Bury St Edmunds, this young woman here came to be with us. Young woman? I say young woman.
I mean, without me, you simply wouldn't have gone for it.
Well, I say young woman because the whole thing about this is, so it was a really tragic and hard time, and I'm utterly not grateful that it happened, but grateful from what we've learned from it, which we'll be talking over in the next coming weeks, if that's all right, Rebecca.
Coming up.
Still
to come.
Oh, exciting times. Kirsty's going to be talking about what she's learned from Comagate. Quite like Comagate. Gives it an essence of severity. No? So I come up with Sidscapades, I thought.
Sidscapades?
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. Well, it's a working title. The point is that I've learned loads from this, but that's quite serious, and I want to kind of, we try and be light and funny, so I'm going to intercede. Intercede? Seed.
Intersperse.
Intercede.
You're going to spread your seeds far and wide.
Exactly. Yeah. Over the next coming weeks.
I
wonder if that says that. Someone pass Kirsty a tiller lady because she's going to need
that's still up there.
I hope so. I like it. Let's just leave it. No, I quite like it, mate. It's going to take us out. It's all right.
You haven't got comments up, so if anyone is actually watching this,
we might if you do.
No clue.
If you do something.
Oh, God.
Hang on. Look, if I press that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anyone is watching.
Don't start pressing stuff.
Okay. Anyway, it doesn't. Oh no!
No, it's all right. You just come off the thing.
Are we on there? We're back again. This is going so very well today. So you come back after 2 months. You were so professional.
I think all right. You carry it. I'm going to.
She's just going to check we're actually alive. In cyberspace because we're really
look, Don't Laugh Butters live now. Come on.
So also my sister should be watching this. My sister's in hospital. She's doing really well. So literally
it's like tag team in your family, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean we'd seen it was a horrific few weeks where he really, really, really did very, very nearly die, and every day was horrible. But then he did make a truly miraculous recovery.
Yeah,
to the point where I was suspicious whether it was all a ruse
to get on Suffolk Radio.
With Leslie Dolphin.
Yeah, well, obviously Leslie Dolphin was a great supporter through the whole thing. Leslie Dolphin.
Well, without her, where would you be?
Radio Suffolk saved my life.
I mean, you haven't been the sofa guest on Leslie Dolphin's Suffolk Radio show, have you?
No, hold on. You were. But where did Leslie Dolphin sit the other day? On my sofa. She was my sofa guest, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. What I want to say to you, it was. It literally, to be serious.
You can't drag your eyes off yourself,
I can't, mate. But I can look at you looking at me, looking at me. I don't know. What I'm saying is that, so Sid did nearly die. And we didn't know. And I really missed podcasting, bizarrely, through that time. I missed the normality of life because... When you're in a health bubble, if you will, like when you've got a health crisis of someone in your family, it's all consuming. It takes over your life, doesn't it? And it's something that we're going to look at exploring. Like I've been left with so many weird experiences and beautiful experiences from that time. And when he was hurting, is one thing that got us through it. Obviously, was humour. Like me and my husband laugh a lot, and me and you laugh a lot. And there was one occasion when we don't have all those awkward moments. There was an occasion. We've talked about this before, where Rebecca Elliott has been seen to be related to me, but not in a good way. Like, she's been seen to be my daughter, as we all know.
Yeah.
So in the hotel, there was a time.
I like this story.
Yeah, there was a time.
Tell it, Kirs.
Where Rebecca Elliott, they said, "Oh, how is your brother?" to Rebecca Elliott, suggesting that I am her mother. Now someone is, of course, calling me on my phone. Always
brilliant,
professional.
Yeah, they thought I was your daughter.
They thought you were my daughter.
Yeah. 3 separate people, I believe.
Yeah, I just thought, hold on, my son's in a blooming coma, and now I have to deal with the fact that people think I'm old enough to be.
And then Lenny actually stayed at her hotel.
Yeah, so then I said I needed a bed for my daughter. Meaning Lenny, my daughter, who is now 11, and they said, "Oh, well, actually, the beds aren't big enough for adults," suggesting that it was Rebecca Elliott that was going to be sitting in our room. It wasn't. Yeah. So I think.
And you then said, "Well, she's only 11 or whatever."
Yeah.
You're probably thinking, "Good God, for an 11-year-old, she looks awful."
She does. Oh, I know. So it's been a time, but we'll be again filling you more in.
Can I just? I mean, if you will take a breath for a moment.
God, I'm excited.
There's someone else here. You can. Yeah.
I could have done this alone. Is all I'm saying. I could have been there.
No, it's all right, carry on.
So it has. I was
going to say the mask does me a lot of favours, I think.
Oh, you think this area?
In terms of youth.
You've got eyes of a child
and one of my
and a mouth of a grandma, is what
exactly,
you're saying.
Yeah. As opposed to you, mouth like a sailor. No, one of my good friends did suggest to me just this week that I should get lip fillers.
She did. I was there for that. She did.
I wonder how people would react if I did suddenly just take the lips of you.
But I think she also said, well, as you get, that she wasn't ruling out that I could get them done as well, because she said, as you get, I said, oh, I should get them done, jokingly. And she said, well, as you do get older, they do get smaller. So I think she was suggesting.
I think yours could use getting a bit smaller.
If I got them done, you got yours done.
You look like a spitting image doll.
Oh, it would not be a good look. So it's been a time.
It's been a time, yeah.
It's been a time of reflection.
Comments. I want to get comments up.
I don't know how to do that. I know my mum's watching. She just texted, "Hello, Mama."
Yeah, I can't.
My sister hopefully is watching in hospital. I'm hoping that's the case.
I mean, if she's not, we'll let her off, though.
Yeah. She's got a lot going on. That's the other daughter. Who I said.
Other daughter. Yeah.
Who I said.
My twin, if you will.
He's downstairs in the cellar, so you've gone to the wrong.
She's locked him in the cellar again with the other bodies. Yeah, the other husbands.
I do feel better that did happen on the One show to Russell Howard the other day.
What? You got locked in the cellar?
No, his sister was all. He was talking to his mum on the One show, and his sister's either written or is in a show on Sky One. So they said, "Oh, are you going to the mum? Are you going to be watching Russell Howard's show, on Saturday night?" And she went, "Or she might be watching the daughter's show on Friday night." Just quite like Lenny did then. Yeah. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a time of sadness, of heartache, but luckily and thankfully, thank you to the wonderful NHS and to a son who is the bestest, humblest healer in his own opinion. I've turned into Trump there with the hair. I can't fix it.
Sidney's got a very good sense of humour about it. I remember the day he woke up and it was all kind of weird and started talking again. It was all quite overwhelming, and I wasn't there that day.
No, so
I was speaking to you literally telling a story. I was speaking to you on a video call. Yeah, can you keep your family away? Lenny, love you, go away.
They're just hideous. They just stay attached to me the whole time. I know.
I was speaking to you while you were sitting by Sid's side.
Yeah.
And obviously I've been speaking to you every day, and it was just awful, waiting for bad news. And then I just heard Sid in the background just went, "Tell her I'm dead."
He has. Oh, she just want to leave. Yeah, he. Oh,
and your phone's going.
Phone is going. This is why you should never work at home, kids.
Oh.
So yeah, it was actually the day he woke up. We went in and. It was a bit of a shock because they weren't going to be taking him off the ventilator until the Wednesday, which was the Monday he woke up. And I walked in and he looks at me in his arms because he's waking up and he's all everywhere because when you come out of a coma, it's kind of, you don't know you're really in your body yet.
Oh, we've all been there.
Who hasn't? What? And I went in and he said, and they went, "Oh, who's this?" And he went, "That's my mum." I said, "You're right, darling." And I was like overwhelmed with emotion, and the best words came out of his mouth. He said, Mum, I think I pooped myself." He said shit himself, but I'm going to try and make it clean.
You then follow that up with the
But he did, and I just went, "Maybe it's okay. You're in the right place." We laughed. We laughed a lot. But he's just incredible.
You do that a lot anyway, so you have a lot of empathy.
Absolutely, and I just feel like he has got permanent brain damage. We're in a weird place of healing now over the next year, but he's just doing awesomely. So thank you for your support, Butters. Thank you, Rebecca Elliott. I'll say it publicly because I always leave you out on my thank you lists because she really has been incredible.
Oh, shut up!
I know, but I might stop crying.
I think one of the most important things to come through this is that, thank God he didn't die.
Yeah.
Because we love Sid.
Yeah.
But also it means that I still win in the tragedy top trumps. So
she does. She does every time.
I did die. So.
Which she does say quite often, ladies and gentlemen. My dad died.
Yeah, whose dad hasn't died? I mean mine, but a lot of people.
So watch this space, folks, because we're going to be doing some things on this, more writing, or performing, if you will. Performing, if you will. Now, do you know what I thought about this week?
Yeah.
Apart from my son dying, or not nearly.
Yours didn't.
Maybe I'm a better parent. So sorry. That was wrong. I stepped over a line.
Yeah.
So one thing I've been thinking about is today got to a lighter note because I've noticed a lot of things recently. Yeah, and one thing I've noticed is people wear lanyards, don't they?
Yeah.
One thing I've decided is I never want to do a job where I have to wear a lanyard.
Really, I like a lanyard.
Never.
Is it lanyard or lanyard?
Lanyard.
Is it?
Lanyard. Yeah.
Okay.
Lanyard.
Lanyard.
Anyway, a lanyard. Well, I never want to wear a lanyard.
Place name, it would be lanyard. Little lanyard, wouldn't it? Just saying.
But I'm also in equal measures, hate them, but I'm also intimidated by them.
Oh, everyone's intimidated by a lanyard. That's what I want one. With your little picture on it.
Yeah. What job do you do? Wait, like people in banks wear lanyards.
Do they all? I think the top bods don't.
Teachers.
I think a lanyard is a sign of slightly lower status.
Teachers wear lanyards.
Teachers do wear lanyards. Is this what you thought? Your kid nearly dying and lanyards. That's it.
I go for one.
It's not COVID.
Yeah.
Just various reasons for me coughing. COVID's not one of them. It's fine.
Various.
Oh, this is brilliant. Just us giggling for no reason. I think we need to talk about the spider situation in your house.
Oh.
There's two issues here, right?
The
first is quite amusing, and I hate spiders. I think they're the devil's work. They're like a crack in the world where the evil gets in. Okay? You have a tiny incompetent spider right up there, the window right at the top.
Oh, yes.
That continually, drops flies on you.
It does. I'm eating my breakfast and all of a sudden I get a fly in my cereal,
so
if you will.
It's caught a fly that it can't
hold on to, so it's wrapping it up and it goes, oh, I've dropped it.
Is it on a massive nest? This is what I was going to say. Has it inherited a massive... It's not called a nest, is it? It's a web. Has it inherited...
It's in a massive nest.
Has it inherited a massive web from its parents? I mean, I don't know the inheritance law of the spider community, but has it... And it just can't cope with the estate that it's...
So you're saying to me that they inherit spiders?
I'm just thinking maybe a tiny spider makes a tiny web, therefore catches tiny spiders. He's inherited a massive web, so he's getting massive spiders...
Can't deal with it.
And can't
deal with it.
Or is it just incompetence? Going back to our question before, are some animals, creatures, just incompetent at being what they are?
But you know what? This spider is very incompetent because it's not just one. I mean, I've had at least four flies in my breakfast, or next to me.
Did you give them back to me?
Oh, no, I've just left them on the table.
You dropped something.
I know, I've just left it on the table. Look, there's one there now.
Oh, there is as well. You're an idiot. Right, the second issue is that you have and I have some questions about this. You have a false widow spider. Now, firstly, why is it called a false widow spider? Is it a spider who pretends its husband has died? Secondly, why haven't you killed it?
Okay, right. Firstly, you've gone out of my area of expertise as to why it's
not difficult to go out of your area of expertise. It's a very fine, narrow path where Kirsty's expertise lies. Yeah, it's easy to tread either side, isn't it?
On the spider issue, I'm going to say yes. It's why is it a false widow spider? I think probably it is lying about its dead husband. It's got
to get benefits or attention. I'm not sure.
Well, it's got bright red legs, and they're iridescent.
Yeah, is that the right word?
Yes, it means they're clear. I think.
Sounds like you've looked that up.
So, and it's got like a little thing on its bum. Now, one thing about this.
Whoa, what?
Like it looks almost like a skull, but it's not.
It's got a skull tattoo.
Maybe that's why it's not married.
Past the spider.
So it's got anyway. So I think said spider has bitten my foot. I've got a bite on my.
Pretty serious?
Got a bite on my. No, we don't have anything deadly in England.
I don't think it's deadly.
Adders might be a deadly. We do have adders.
No, they're not deadly.
Oh, they're not deadly.
No. Welcome to Nature Corner. Don't laugh at that.
Yeah, I don't know. But why haven't I caught it? Because it's tricky, little monkey.
It's not a monkey.
No, but that spider, honestly, it could be a monkey spider, quite frankly.
Okay.
It's been at my daughter's, been living upstairs in my daughter's window.
Really?
Now
You're paying rent?
Now it's come down, living in the. No, it's not. No, it's going to live in there. And I've tried to catch it because my cleaner told me that you can't kill a spider because it's unlucky. So I thought I'm going to go with that wisdom.
If your cleaner said that, then it must.
I'm going with that wisdom.
Let's adhere to that.
I'm going with that wisdom. So I've left it there, and now I think I've ruined the day because it's bit my foot. I've saved its life.
See, why is it lucky to get pooped on by a bird, which is clearly in and of itself unlucky? But it's lucky to have a false widow spider in your house, but in and of itself, that's an unlucky thing to happen.
Well,
could it possibly be because the unlucky lucky thing is a big load of bobbins?
I look at big load of cotton wheels. I'll look that for you for next week. Yeah. Coming back to you on that next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy birthday, Charlotte. Charlotte's one of our,
Yes, happy birthday. I did send her a message. Right. Now, what I was going to talk to you about was, on this day in history, did you know I was born today? Because you know it's Kirsty's History Corner. Was Wenceslas. King Wenceslas.
That's not how you say it. Good King Wenceslas. Wenceslas.
Yes, what do you say? Wenceslas.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
That's weird. I know. That is something I do have
Who
errors.
was he? King Wenceslas.
Well, it's something to do with Poland and born in.
Really?
Because all I remember thinking was, why was he not born at Christmas time?
Well, surely okay, that's
sister's calling. Trying to call me. Come on, I'm
live.
live.
Everyone's calling us to tell us we're not live, and I don't care at this point. It's fine.
I don't think it matters.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think anything matters at this point because all of my notes we've not talked about.
King Wenceslas looked out. He looked out
on the Feast of Stephen.
On the Feast of Stephen. When's that?
When Christmas. It has to be. Man,
otherwise, why are we singing it at Christmas like idiots?
But why was he born in September, not Christmas?
Well, because he looked out at Christmas. It's not about when he's born. He's not Jesus. He looked out. So for some reason, there's a song about him looking out.
Like you can't see my daughter creeping around. Yeah, I mean, I think that is
deep and crisp and even.
Deep and crisp on this day. Here we go.
Oh, don't read out stuff from Google.
Oh, I've lost it anyway.
Oh, you really have.
I've lost him.
Do you think we should wrap it up?
Yes, I really think we should because I've literally not covered any of my notes.
Cut it and run.
My notes had interesting points on. So
did they?
They did. Lots and lots of interesting notes. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about social media. But we're going to call it something different. Because
that's a proper podcast, right?
Oh, that's going to be like edited.
Audio.
Entertaining.
As opposed to
this drivel.
Yeah.
But we will be back talking. We just keep looking at all of my family members.
There's a lot kicking off here.
So if you see us, let me tell you this, if you see us in a party of 4, plus Rebecca Ellie and her children, we're allowed to.
Do you think the fact that they call it a bubble, though, they're trying to make it sound fun? It's a bit like calling a prison cell a fun booth or something.
Yes.
It's fun, it's a bubble.
Are you saying that being with me is like being in a prison cell?
Yes,
that's exactly. I tried to do my makeup today. Like a day.
Oh, wrap it up.
I'm going to tell you this. A day where only women can feel it like that when you're running around after everybody else in your family and your family's failing.
You can stop slagging off your family.
Huh?
You can stop slagging off your family. Save it for after.
I love them. I love them all.
They're wonderful.
I love every one of them. Glad they're all alive.
They're all alive.
They're all alive. Awkward. Anyway, people, look. Have a good birthday, Charlotte.
It's nice being back.
God, it's good to be back, mate. It's just fun. I mean, I could have laughed a lot. I've stopped myself laughing because you said don't laugh too much. Even though it's called Don't Laugh But, it should be called Don't Laugh Too Much, Kirsty. Because I'll tell you off. She'll tell me off.
You're an unattractive laugher.
Because I go very lack of eye.
Yeah.
Like Clive James.
The eyes of a cockerel embedded in a woman's face.
As your 8-year-old son called me, which is always a pleasure and a joy. Anyway, my friends, you take it. Next week we'll be back Thursday with not a live podcast. A good one.
Might be Friday.
Yeah, of course it will be. It absolutely will
be Friday.
It could even be Saturday. But you know what?
No, it'll be Friday.
Oh, look, we've been going for 20 minutes. We need to go. Be well, lots of love.
Don't do that.
No, I don't know what I was doing. Go away! God, she's always... Look at that. Get out of the camera. Right. No, seriously. Oh, my ex said bye-bye. I salute you.
Oh, that was really exciting.
Just turn it off. I don't know how to finish. Here we go.
Finish. The big finish button.